Number 5. Listen to part of a lecture in an architecture class.
In the late 19th century, New York's early skyscrapers were steel-framed stone buildings that were only 8 or 9 stories tall. Then, in 1902, the city got its first true skyscraper. It was called the Flatiron Building, and it was the first structure to come close to being the ideal skyscraper. That is, an office tower that stood apart, forever free on all sides. The Flatiron Building is 22 stories tall. It has a steel frame that's covered on the outside with stone. The first 3 stories give a sense of heaviness to the lower part of the building. The next 13 stories have windows grouped in pairs, with carved geometric patterns between them. The top stories are even more decorated with columns and arches, and the top is a heavy crown of carved stone. The Flatiron Building is different from most other skyscrapers because of the shape of the site it's built on. The irregular triangle-shaped site was the result of 3 streets coming together. Because the site is surrounded by streets, the Flatiron Building will always stand alone, separate from other buildings on all 3 sides. The building's name, actually its nickname, was a joke about its flatiron shape. At that time, electric irons hadn't been invented, so clothing was pressed with a flat iron, a heavy triangle-shaped piece of iron that was heated on top of a stove. People joked that the building looked like a flatiron, and the name stuck. Because the Flatiron Building was so narrow, a famous photographer said it looked like the front end of a huge steamship. We can honestly say that this bold design, this strange, tall, thin building, changed the design of the office building forever.
Using points and details from the lecture, describe the Flatiron Building and explain how it got its name.